And the Docklands, back in the 60s, still retained the aesthetics of the workhouses of London that inspired so much of Charles Dickens' work. But nowadays, obviously, that aesthetic is slightly faded. And to our left, we'll see some of the most famous buildings of the City of London. And out to our right, we'll see the Docklands and off in the distance, Canary Wharf. Canary Wharf being like a second financial district outside of the City of London on our right, although they're currently shrouded in mist thanks to the weather we're having today. Of course, the coloration on the side of Tower Bridge makes a bit of sense, as this blue was put in as part of the Silver Jubilee of Elizabeth II. Elizabeth II Silver Jubilee marks 25 years on the throne, and this was when they decided it was time for Tower Bridge to get a makeover in accordance with it. Originally, these riggings were painted green, but after several decades, they started to look a little gangrenous. So, as a result, they turned them into royal blue riggings, which was the favourite colour of Elizabeth II. And directly advanced, you have the walkways over the top of Tower Bridge. Now, these walkways over the top of us are because back when this was first built in the 1890s, a boat would come under quite frequently. Now, don't get me wrong, roughly a thousand boats pass under this per year. But this year, this top deck isn't as needed as it was in the 1890s, when many more boats would be passing over. However, boats, when they came under, meant there was only one way across the bridge, and that was to walk. Unfortunately, thieves did this very well, and burglars would wait at the top of Tower Bridge with knives, trying to mug people for their money as they went over the top. So, as a result, it was shut down and then turned into the Tower Bridge Exhibition a few decades later. Shut down in 1910, reopened Tower Bridge Exhibition in 1980. Now, to our left, we have the building whose design inspired the design of Tower Bridge. A building which gives the kind of proper atmosphere to, I have to refer to as the Tower of London, out here on our left. The Tower of London, here on our left, is a castle that is almost 1,000 years old. And you'll notice that between us and the castle itself is a field of wildflowers. And these wildflowers were put in as part of the Platinum Jubilee of Elizabeth II. You see, to celebrate 70 years on the throne, they decided on making history. For the first time in 1,000 years, people were allowed to walk through the central moat of this castle. And this is after the water had been drained and the flowers had been planted. Now, worth mentioning, this wasn't the first time it had been drained, as it had been drained in the Victorian period to allow for the yeomen to get in and out easier. Of course, it is not beefeaters who work at the Tower of London, it's the yeomen, as is a popular misconception. Now, also